There comes a point in every man's life when he realizes this brutal truth. Some people don't want peace. They feed on chaos. They drain your energy, twist your words, and pull you into battles that can't be won, because they were never meant to be. You've tried reasoning, you've tried kindness, you've tried silence, and yet every encounter leaves you emptier, a little more cynical, a little more broken. But here's what the Stoics knew. You cannot fix the poison in another person. You can only stop swallowing it. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." And toxic people thrive in that, in getting inside your mind, making you doubt, making you rage, making you forget your own strength. The Stoic path is not about escaping confrontation. It's about becoming untouchable, unmoved, controlled, calm amid venom. This is your initiation into mental warfare. You're not here to learn how to change them. You're here to learn how to master yourself. Because when you stop being reactive, you become dangerous. You ever had someone in your life who drained you so subtly it felt normal? Maybe it was a friend who always joked at your expense, a partner who used guilt as control, a coworker who smiled to your face and buried you behind your back. At first, you brush it off. You tell yourself to be patient, to rise above. You think your composure is strength, that by staying calm, you're keeping the peace. But peace isn't silence. Peace is clarity. Months pass. You start to feel heavy, not from what they say, but from what you've allowed. You replay arguments in your head. Imagine what you should have said. You lose sleep. You feel that bitterness growing in your chest. And then one day, it clicks. You realize this isn't just about them. It's about you, your lack of boundaries, your addiction to being seen as good, your refusal to accept that some people are storms, and you're standing in the rain, expecting the weather to change. That's the moment the Stoic within you wakes up. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When another blames you or hates you or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls. See what sort of people they are. You will realize that there is no need to be racked with anxiety that they should hold any particular opinion about you." You finally stop trying to fix the storm. You build shelter instead. And from that day on, the poison no longer works because you no longer drink it. When it comes to toxic people, the Stoics didn't talk about cutting people off or matching energy. They talked about sovereignty, the mastery of the inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius called it the fortress within, a place no insult, manipulation, or betrayal can reach unless you open the gate. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That's the essence of Stoicism. The toxic person isn't your enemy. Your reaction is. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about that. How many hours have you wasted replaying their words, analyzing their tone, imagining their motives? Every minute you spend there, they win again. Not because they're strong, but because you surrendered your peace to their weakness. The Stoics knew that control is an illusion, except over one thing: how you interpret reality. Epictetus hammered this truth into his students. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You can't stop people from being cruel, manipulative, or insecure. But you can refuse to make their dysfunction your emotional home. Here's the shift. When you stop trying to fix toxic people, you stop needing their approval. When you stop needing their approval, their power over you dissolves. And when their power dissolves, you become untouchable. Not cold, but calm. Not emotionless, but in command. The Stoic mind doesn't avoid pain. It absorbs it, studies it, and extracts wisdom from it. Toxic people are the perfect teachers. They show you where your boundaries are weak, where your ego still craves validation, and where you've mistaken niceness for virtue. Seneca warned, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." But when you can when life traps you with those who drain you, when Stoicism becomes a weapon. You use detachment, not as an escape, but as a shield. You respond, not react. You stay rooted, not swayed. And when they lash out, you stand like the Stoic sage, unmoved. Because you understand, people only throw poison when they're drowning in it. So don't fight them, don't fix them, don't feed them your energy. Fortify yourself, because once your mind becomes the citadel, no storm, no insult, no toxic soul can break through. Here are 5 Stoic tactics against toxic people. 1. Stop being easy to read. Toxic people feed on emotional tells. They watch your eyes, your tone, your posture, every flicker that reveals insecurity. The Stoic doesn't give them that luxury. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water." When someone provokes you, don't explain, don't defend, don't react. Breathe, observe, say little. Let silence become your weapon, because silence makes manipulators lose their script. Control your face, your tone, your rhythm, and you control the field. 2. Detach from their validation. You can't be controlled by someone whose approval you don't crave. Toxic people manipulate through your need to be liked, understood, or accepted. Epictetus warned, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. That means you must be willing to be misunderstood. Walk away from arguments that serve no truth. Say no without guilt. Let them think what they want, because you know who you are. Detachment isn't apathy, it's power in its purest form. 3. Use the mirror principle. When someone tries to manipulate you, they're exposing their weakness, not your worth. Seneca taught, "What's a good man's goal? To do what is right, not what others think right." See their games as mirrors reflecting their fear, envy, or hunger for control. Once you see that, you stop taking it personally. When they gaslight, you analyze. When they guilt trip, you observe the mechanics, not the emotions. You become the psychologist in your own battlefield. 4. Control access, not emotions. Stoicism isn't about enduring abuse, it's about ruling your boundaries with reason. Marcus wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." You don't stoop to manipulation, you withdraw permission for chaos to touch you. Don't argue, limit access. Don't retaliate, reposition. A toxic person's power shrinks when they realize your time, attention, and energy are no longer theirs to consume. Boundaries are not walls, they are gates you alone control. 5. Transmute pain into strength. Every encounter with toxicity is raw material for mastery. Epictetus was born a slave. Seneca faced exile. Marcus ruled amidst betrayal. They didn't whine, they used it. When someone disrespects you, turn that sting into awareness. When someone deceives you, turn that lesson into strategy. When someone drains you, turn that fatigue into fuel for clarity. This is the alchemy of Stoicism, turning emotional lead into inner gold. The Stoic doesn't fight for control of others. He fights for control of himself, ruthlessly, relentlessly, because the man who masters his emotions cannot be manipulated. They can lie about you. They can betray you. They can twist the truth, disappear when you need them most, or drain you until you question your own sanity. But they cannot touch the fortress you build within yourself, because the Stoic understands. Control is not about dominating others. It is about mastering the battlefield inside your own chest. When Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He wasn't writing poetry. He was giving you a weapon, a shield, a way to move through the chaos of this world without losing yourself to it. Toxic people want you reactive. They want your emotions loud, your boundaries soft, your peace shattered. But every time you stay silent instead of snapping, every time you walk away instead of explaining, every time you choose reason over rage, you become untouchable. That is the inner citadel. That is the fire of the Stoic. So, to the one watching this, stop trying to fix the broken. Stop explaining your worth. Stop giving your energy to those who feed on it. Fortify your mind. Build your walls of discipline. Stand in the storm. unshaken. Because when you master yourself, toxic behavior dies. If this message lit a spark inside you, don't let it fade. Subscribe to Timeless Stoic Mind, where ancient wisdom meets modern fire. Like, share, and comment Unbreakable below if you were ready to rise above toxic people and reclaim your peace. The world doesn't need more reactors. It needs more Stoics. It needs more you.